Yo guys, welcome to the video. This is Josh on Milky, and in today's video we're finally back. It's been a long time no see. I haven't made any Path of Exile 1 videos in quite some time. Obviously we had a very long stretch of Settlers of Calg. I'm not normally someone that plays every iteration of Path of Exile, so I didn't play Settlers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I played the first one. I played Fresia. I had a great time, and I'm really looking forward to getting back into Path of Exile 1. And of course, as normal, if you're new here, I normally focus on doing kind of Atlas stuff, testing out Atlas strategies. I'm not like one of the fub guns of the world, you know, making the most possible currency. I just normally like to try out different strategies to find out what works. I will, of course, record kind of how well they do, and then you can make an informed decision of if it's something you'd like to try. So basically, I'm a nerd with a lot of time on my hands who kind of does this as a bit of a job. So I waste my time so you don't have to, and you can make a more informed decision on how you play a video game that is 12 years old. We shouldn't describe things exactly how they are. Anyway, so for the people that are new here, let me lay out my wares. This is kind of what I do here. Got all these strategies that I shared and tested. These aren't just ones that I put down here and were like, go nuts. These were tested, recorded, all this thing, all played live on stream. I'm not here to try and bait anyone. If it says this is what I got, this is what I got. I'm not like all the other girls trying to bait you in with high divines per hour. That isn't true. I just put on the sheet what I get. If it's bad, it's bad. There will be bad ones on it. And if it's good, it's good. There will be good ones on it. And there'll be everything in between. So for this league, we do obviously have the strategies I've got already. There are a few more that I need to add to this, as well as what I plan on farming myself. If you are a long-time Milky viewer, you will know exactly what I'm going to be farming on League Start, because I farm it every single league, and that will be altars and shrines and just scaling a massive amount of pack size. But we could also farm something like Destructive Play. I think that's going to be something that's very popular. Heist will be really good this league. People kind of defaulting out of Sanctum, maybe going to Heist, the people that don't like to do their Atlas progression off the get-go. There's a lot of different things that will be changed this league, absolutely, of course, with the new mechanic, the memory threads. There's a lot to look into. But first of all, for the people that you know, have been around a lot and maybe want to hear what I've been doing, getting up to, I will put that at the end of the video, just to not bore the people that are here for the Path of Exile stuff, rather than the weird guy with the fake fireplace and the heart inside rambling. So let's get straight into how I'm going to progress the Atlas at the start now. Now, unfortunately for all your guys' non-existing girlfriends, I am just like all the other boys, and I rush straight on up to Unwavering Vision. The reason for this, it's a keystone. If you don't know, it gives you 20 additional passive points, but it says you can no longer drop scarabs. Now, there is, for some reason, I have no idea why, a little bit of contention on whether or not this node is worth it. If you're trying to rush completion, this node is undoubtedly worth it. You have no nodes at all that are influenced the scarabs that will drop. You aren't juicing your map, so you're not even dropping a lot of scarabs. You have very, very few increased scarab nodes. The likelihood of you dropping many meaningful scarabs between allocating this and then changing to something else is near zero. So anyone that tells you to, I won't say anyone, because what Ben might say, I don't know, but most people, if most people tell you not to click this, they're lying to you. It's just fine. Like, if you're watching this a month in the future and the league's been out, sure. But for the people that are watching this before the league, or maybe just as the league starts, click this button, allocate the next nodes, which is all the scouting report nodes, all the additional map drop chance, and then you'll get to a pretty healthy point, which is this, right? And the reason for June is, if you're rushing completions, you're not really going to keep up in XP, because you're only going to be doing maps that give you completions. So you're going to get to this reasonably quickly. This is the point where you've done maybe like, this is like 40 maps in, right? Because you got those extra 20 points. Maybe you've done a few unique maps. So this is 40 maps in, probably somewhere around mid yellows, high yellows. So getting June to get those additional safe houses to get some XP, sorry, is really good. And now also, let's talk about where this tree is at. This tree is very well positioned. Obviously, there's lots of things you can do from here. I'm not going to give you a concrete way that I do it. Typically, I'll go for something like Expedition. But the beauty of this tree is, of course, you are next to pretty much everything you would want to do at this stage. You could spec into Essence. You're near all the Essence nodes, which are down here, here, and here. Then there's Expedition, of course, as I mentioned. You can take the Expedition nodes. You can start Rogue crafting, which is very good at the start of the league, which, of course, mid-word is that it's absolute peak demand. So if you're good at Rogue, you can crack on and start farming some Rogue. Also, you're literally right next to the other Syndicate nodes. Syndicate did, of course, get a bit of a rework, so you could grab Syndicate and try out the new stuff there. But that's the basics for just getting your Atlas up and running, right? But we want to talk about what you want to start doing once you're past this point and you have the ability to start maybe running altars or Maven influence. So for that, we have like a basic destructive play tree. I have a couple. I did throw in a tentative settlers one. I do think the settlers nodes actually look really good. And of course, tattoos, runes, maybe they're a bit later in progression. I don't think they'll be in that high of a demand super early. They're more of like a cluster jewel kind of thing, right? Like cluster jewels are kind of ignored at the beginning, and then they become very expensive within a few days, right? That's probably going to be the same thing with tattoos and runecraft. So if you're someone that's got been farming settlers and you've got a lot of them, then they'll come into their own, right? So for me, I like destructive play. I think destructive play is incredible. Reasons for that: farms a lot of bosses, farms a lot of influence map. And again, if we're talking about when things are at their absolute peak demand, influence maps at the start of a league absolutely are, because everyone's trying to get their progression done. Everyone's trying to get their favorite slots unlocked. Everyone's trying to get their watchstones. I haven't spec'd this. This is for the memory thread stuff, but so I haven't done that. But yeah, this is when there is an absolute peak in demand for the things that this farm provides, which is influence maps, and not necessarily the Maven's chisels, but they're always nice to sit on, as they, at least last league, went up and up and up in value, especially the good ones. Yeah, this is the sellers tree. The sellers nodes look great. So I imagine a lot of you will be bored with sellers, but if you did really like it, especially the in-map one, I actually really like that they added settlers, because we've had this thing for a while where there are a lot of mechanics where you want to add in mechanics that don't really take much time to do, kind of speed mechanics. Settlers is a really nice one. Of course, you have to leave to go and do some town stuff, but that's just sending off boats, right? You don't really have to go send boats every map. You kind of can do it once a day, right? Just send 3 big boats. So yeah, this is something that can be done very quickly. It's one short encounter, get a lot of loot. You'll also get this 6% chance for a lost shipment. What exactly that's going to be, we don't know. How big are these shipments going to be? Is it going to be a random roll range between 0 and 50 million shipping value? Who knows? Could be kind of cool though. So every 16 maps, on average, of course, you're going to get a lost shipment. So pretty cool. Then we have, I've done that on Blight as well. I think Blight is another good one. Blight obviously can be run with things like Heist, Essence, Settlers, Shrines, all these mechanics that take absolutely no time to do. When I refer to a mechanic that synergizes well with fast mechanics, that's typically why. Because Blight, you want to clear as many Blights as you can, if that's your focus. So you don't want to add a mechanic that takes a ton of time to do. If you do Blight and Harvest, then you're just doing less of each thing for not much reason. You want to specialize and focus on doing one thing. So you want to add in mechanics that don't take much time. This is kind of farming 101 to a degree, unless you're like really, really, really juicing, right? And then you add a lot of mechanics for uniques. This will be in the description as usual. As for what I will be doing, that will be in this slot right here. I just haven't ironed it out yet. It's going to be the typical altars, pack size, shenanigans. I think I might have it here. I'm also going to put on Heist, as I always do. These nodes here, because these are very good early on. Getting deception contracts, getting revealed blueprints, and getting just regular blueprints. Always really nice early on. They aren't worth a ton, but getting a revealed blueprint is just like 50C off the rip. Normal contract, normal blueprint sell up to like 10C, which early on, again, it's really nice, stable income that just keeps you ticking over. So this is probably what I'm going to be going for as usual. Favorite the sheet, as it will only get bigger and better as the season goes on. I'll be adding more and more stuff, testing more stuff, making videos every day as I make those farms. And that's it from me. So for the people that stuck around to kind of hear what's been going on with me, I did stop streaming for a little bit, for a month. There was obviously I did actually plan on quitting streaming fully in September. That was always my goal when I started streaming. I was going to stop after 3 years, but I kind of changed my mind on that. Just, we grow. Of course, if I'm the same person I was 3 years ago now, then I've failed, right? And I don't feel like I am, and I feel like I'm more comfortable taking on, doing this for longer. But it doesn't mean I need to kind of like knuckle down and do more work outside of just streaming. So I am going to do more YouTube. I am also multi-streaming on YouTube and Kick. So whatever your favorite platform is to watch people stream, I'll be live on all of those and doing a marathon at the start of the season. And that'll be it. So yeah, not quitting. Did think about it. Obviously, we saw people like MBX and other people quitting, and it's tough. Finances are tough being a PoE creator, but luckily, I do all right to get by from like Torchlight and PoE. I get by, and I don't have a very lavish lifestyle. I have no one relying on me. I have no super like bad habits that require a lot of money, so I'm good. I'll still be streaming and making content, and if that's something you're interested in from me, then you know where to find me. I hope you're excited for this league, and you'll join me on the journey. I'll be live 24/7 for at least the first couple of weeks, and I will still be making videos whilst live, and you know, doing all the stuff I need to do to make sure that all the farms are updated and max rolls done. I'll figure out a way to do it whilst being live 24/7. So I'm taking a lot on, but it's for a good reason. So I'll let you guys go, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.